coach turn over.
We better get there in a hurry. The driver, poor devil.
Arrow belonged to tribe of Chief Red Hawk.
You're right. It is Red Hawk.
Kimasabi. That man have 2 holsters, only 1 gun.
Strange that he has any gun at all. We'd better look around.
Me no see any passengers. Maybe Indians take.
That's possible. They didn't take much else. I wonder if something frightened them off.
Maybe Indians only want people.
If they had a chance, why didn't they steal something?
Where's shot come from?
Behind that rock. Keep down while I make sure. Come on from behind that rock. Come on with your hands high or we're coming in after you.
A papoose.
Aren't you a little young to be carrying a gun?
I don't have any money, mister. Honest, I don't.
We're not after your money, son.
You wearing a mask?
That doesn't mean we're bandits. We're friends. Where are the other passengers?
There weren't any others.
You mean you were traveling all alone?
I'm old enough to take care of myself.
I'm sure you are. But any man in trouble can stand a little help. What happened?
Indians chased us. The horses ran away and turned the coach over. That's when I got knocked out.
Why Indians no find you in coach?
I was thrown under some mail, and I guess they didn't see me. When I crawled out, I found Mr. Wade. He was dead.
Then you heard us coming, grabbed his gun, and tried to shoot me.
I was kind of scared, and when I saw that mask...
That's all right, son. Were you headed for Coltsville?
Mm-hmm. My father's the Indian agent there.
To prove I don't hold grudges against men who shoot at me, I'll ride you in. Have you got a valise?
Just a bundle. I travel sort of light.
Find it and we'll get started. Tonto, there's something strange about this. Get the driver's guns. Well, you do travel light. Up you go. We'll get you to your dad in no time. Well, Jim, here we are. At your dad's house.
Yeah.
For a fellow that's come so far, you don't seem very excited.
Oh, excited? Well, sure, only...
Only what?
Well, you see, he's not expecting me so soon.
Is he expecting you at all? So that's it. You ran away from St. Louis.
Well, a fellow should be with his dad, not cooped up with a couple of old maid aunts. I don't care if he does get mad.
Jim, would it help if I went in and kind of prepared him?
Gee, would you? Well, if you could sort of get him used to the idea.
I'll try. You stay here with Tonto.
Oh, swell, thanks.
Come in. I wouldn't reach for that rifle, Mr. Douglas.
What do you want?
Sorry to pull a gun on you, but people jump to conclusions when they see this mask. I'd like to talk to you.
What about?
For one thing, your son.
Jim? Well, how do you... Anything happened to him?
No, but he's lucky to be alive. Indians attacked the stage this morning. Jim was on it.
What? You mean Jim is here? Well, I can't believe it.
Right outside. I'll call him. All right, Jim. He ran away, you know. He must be pretty fond of you and pretty unhappy about St. Louis to come all this way by himself.
But he's just a boy.
Not anymore.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son. How are you? I'm glad to see you.
Then this Indian threat is serious.
So serious, I didn't want the boy to hear. That's why I sent him away with Tonto.
What started it, Mr. Douglas?
Red Hawk claims a white man shot his brother. Since then, barns have been burned, cattle run off. This was stuck on my door last night.
I saw some like it this morning.
The ranches are all stirred up. There's talk of raiding the Indian reservation.
Does Red Hawk have any firearms?
No. The raid would be a massacre. Result, Indian uprisings all over the West. An Indian war right now would threaten the development of this entire region.
Have you been able to talk to Red Hawk?
No, not for a week. The Indians are as worked up as the ranchers. It's like watching a fuse burn on a powder keg. I think that... Somebody riding up. Gorham. More trouble, probably. What's happened?
Douglas, Who is he?
Oh, a friend. I'm not being held up. This is Tom Gorham, head of our Cattlemen's Association.
Heard a lot about you, Mr. Gorham. They say you never carry a gun.
I've never felt the need for a gun. Or a mask.
I find them both useful at times.
I have no doubt of that. There was a meeting this morning. We're going after Red Hawk.
But you promised to use your influence.
I'm a peaceful man, but I'm practical. They hit my place last night. Cut fences, drove off and killed my prize cattle. We're forming a posse.
The association knows I'll never allow them to enter the reservation.
How can you stop them?
I represent the government here.
That's why we want you with us. It's your duty.
It's my duty to prevent a war.
Mr. Gorham, did you know the stage was attacked this morning?
What?
The driver was murdered and Mr. Douglas's son narrowly escaped.
That's all the more reason he should ride with us.
I don't agree. There was something peculiar about that attack.
What do you mean, peculiar?
Just that. I'd like to see where your fences were cut. That is, if you're still interested in settling this thing peacefully.
Do you know something about this you haven't told us?
I can tell you more about this after I've seen your place.
Very well.
Good. I'll get Tonto.
You see, I'm a reasonable man. After your friends looked around, I'll expect you to be reasonable, too.
Too many footprints.
If I knew what you were looking for, perhaps I could help. My men went over this section.
So we see. Too bad with such a fine herd you didn't post guards.
I don't hire guards. They're like chips on a man's shoulder.
Is that why you never carry a gun?
Partly. And if you'll pardon me, I also believe that an intelligent man can get what he wants without one.
That depends upon what he wants.
Perhaps. Incidentally, what was so peculiar about that stagecoach attack?
The driver still had his guns. Indians on the warpath would have taken them.
Why, they just overlooked them.
You can't overlook a gun that's been shooting at you.
Kimasabi. Look what me find.
Looks like part of a necklace.
Or a bracelet.
Well, what difference? It's still Indian.
I guess you're right. Seems we'll have to pay Red Hawk a visit.
Well, that's insane. You'll be killed.
We're accustomed to taking risks.
Just what are you looking for, stranger?
I can tell you more after we get back. Come on, Tonto.
What the devil?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was clumsy of me.
I'm all right.
Let's go. Gorham isn't as harmless as he pretends. He may not wear a gun, but he carries a knife.
Me wonder why you fall against him.
I became suspicious when he said those beads were part of a necklace. A necklace that breaks accidentally doesn't fall into parts. It makes one long strand.
You think somebody cut necklace and plant part of it?
I'm sure of it. You stay here. Keep your eye on Gorham.
You not see Red Hawk alone. It may be plenty dangerous.
A man without a gun can be just as dangerous. If I'm not back in 3 hours, follow my trail.
Get out. I want to talk to Slack.
What's the matter?
You stupid, trigger-crazy, blundering idiot. 2 million in gold on that Indian land, and you almost wrecked the whole plan.
I done what you told me to.
I didn't tell you to leave guns on the driver. That was supposed to be an Indian raid, remember? That's why you were all dressed up like Indians.
What's guns got to do with that?
Real Indians would have stolen them, you fool.
Did somebody find out?
Not yet, but a man in a mask is asking questions. If it hadn't been for him, Douglas would have given in.
Oh, why don't you forget Douglas? We got folks so riled up, they're itching to kill Indians.
Killing Indians won't get me that gold mine. I want the government involved.
Douglas ain't the government. He's just a two-bit Indian agent.
They'll stand by him if he's mixed up in an Indian war. When the Indians are wiped out, the government will open their land for settlement.
Then we claim the gold.
I'm glad you follow me. Incidentally, that was Douglas's kid you found in the coach.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him.
That's better this way. I want Douglas to know what's happening to his precious son.
You mean we're going to kill the kid now?
Something like that, but we've got to work fast. The masked man suspects something.
Where is he?
He's gone to see Red Hawk.
Then forget him. After the job I done on his brother, Red Hawk will murder the first white man he sees.
Segonia. I come as friend, not as prisoner.
No man with hidden face, friend of Indian. Take mask from face.
Chief Swift Eagle calls me friend. He knows the one who bears silver bullets.
Tu saw, Nakalo.
Thanks.
Red Hawk make bad welcome.
I understand.
White man kill brother. Steal cattle, burn teepees.
White men say the same about Red Hawk.
White man lie. Indian live in peace.
Someone wants war. I don't know why.
Today, Indian got nothing left white man want.
Unless the white man... May I look at your necklace? Beads are identical. I see now why they couldn't let us find the rest of the necklace. Who else has a necklace like this?
Many moons ago, my brother Ayaka make two the same. Man who killed him steal his necklace.
Of course. And they planted part of these to implicate your people. May I borrow this necklace?
You take him?
This will help clear your people and expose the real criminals. I want you to keep your braves in camp. Don't let anything provoke a fight.
Go in peace.
If you keep on eating like that, you'll be bigger than I am.
I grew 2 inches last year.
I believe it.
Say, Dad,
Yes, son.
you're not really going to send me back, are you?
Well, Jim, naturally, I'd like to have you with me, but this isn't the proper place for a young boy.
I'm not a young boy. I'm grown up.
Well, perhaps you are. But frankly, Jim, if it wasn't for this Indian trouble, I'd consider it. But right now, it's too risky.
It's just as risky for you, isn't it?
Oh, but that's different. It's my duty to be here. Hello, Tom. I didn't hear you ride up.
Have you decided to join us?
Where's the masked man and the Indian?
I think they decided it wasn't healthy around here. They left in a hurry.
Oh?
And Tonto was going to show me more rope tricks.
You haven't met my son. This is Jim.
Hello. Well, I want to know if you're with us or against us.
I'm against you if it means murdering defenseless Indians.
Defenseless. Only a blind fool could say that.
I don't like your tone, Gorham.
I'm being practical.
For a man who won't carry a gun himself, you're quick to ask others to use theirs.
I'm trying to save lives and property.
And I'm trying to prevent a war. If you ranchers ride against Red Hawk... Duck out, boy.
So hurt.
Let go of me, you renegade! Let's get out! Come, somebody!
Why, you little brat. I'll teach you to fight.
You're a white man.
You're gonna be sorry you ever found that out. I'm gonna shut your mouth permanent. Hurry up, we gotta get out of here before Douglas comes to. Let boy go. You're not deaf. Turn boy loose. We count 3, then shoot.
All right, Eddie, you're covered. Can't you do anything without botching it? Take them to the canyon hideout. You two get back to my place. I'll need you to get that posse started. Now get going. Won't you ever learn anything? Take that rifle with you.
Come in.
What happened?
Look after him.
What happened?
Indians.
Jim, duck down, boy. My rifle.
Jim isn't here, Mr. Douglas. Pull yourself together.
Not here. The Indians. They took him.
Of course they did. If you'd listened to me, this wouldn't have happened.
It's not too late. Round up a posse. I'll get him back if I have to kill every Indian in the country.
It takes time to organize a posse.
Then stop wasting it.
You're in no condition to ride. Gorham can round up the ranchers.
Now you're talking like a practical man. I'll have the men meet us here. You can join us then. We'll make Red Hawk sorry he started this.
I found Tonto's knife outside. He must be with your boy.
I only care about Jim.
The shoes on Tonto's horse are marked. They make an easy trail to follow. I'll go on ahead.
What about the posse?
Forget the posse. Indians didn't take your son.
Oh, you're crazy. I saw them myself.
The British saw Indians at the Boston Tea Party.
What do you mean?
I haven't time to explain. I have to get to Jim before that posse rides. You see if you can delay them.
Well, why should I?
Watch the look on Gorham's face when you tell him I'm going after your son.
All right, boys. Round up the ranchers. Have them meet at the Douglas place. We're taking a shortcut to the canyon. I'm making sure Slag doesn't botch things this time. Look. The meddling fool. Take care of him. Go down and make sure of him. Then come on back to the cabin.
Right.
So when we get them engines run off, the gold will be there just for the taking. And there isn't going to be any masked man stopping us, or any sneaking engine, or any young kid.
Why are you telling us about it?
Just offhand like. Can you think of anyone safer to tell? You let boy go. Shut up, engine. I'm doing the talking. Now, like I was saying, we aim to...
You not be afraid, Jim. Help come real soon. You wait.
I can't help it, Tonto. I'm scared.
You've been plenty brave. You brave man.
All right, Tonto. I'll keep trying.
I see Slack's made you comfortable.
What did you do to my dad?
He's not the one to worry about.
You let boy go.
Even with your low mentality, you must know that's impractical.
You not get gold. You get hung.
If it's your masked friend you're thinking about, he's no longer in a position to interfere. He's dead.
You lie. Me not believe that.
At least this once, I can afford to tell the truth.
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't that rather obvious? Violence is always the result of stupidity. In this case, your father's.
You mean you're going to...
Exactly. Slack rather enjoys killing. Go ahead. Not that, you fool. This has got to be blamed on Red Hawk. Use the bow and arrow.
I hope you'd fall for that old possum trick.
Which one first?
That doesn't matter.
This is going to be a real pleasure.
Stop playing cat and mouse. Get it over with.
I just want to see how much the engine can take. All right, this is it. Oh, so you want to play, huh? All right, this is for you.
I'm not scared anymore. I'm not afraid of either one of you. Go ahead and shoot.
That's just what I aim to do.
Jim?
I'm fine. You did all the fighting.
How are you, Tonto?
Me all right, Kimosabe. For a dead man, you hit plenty hard.
Jim, I'll have to get you and those two back in a hurry. So that's the whole story, gentlemen. And there are your criminals.
But how did you know there was gold on Red Hawk's land?
Look at the gold in Red Hawk's necklace. His brother had one like it, too. That in his fine part of that necklace was another one of your stupid mistakes.
Come on. After what you told the boy and the Indian in the cabin, we have enough evidence to hang you all twice. Move.
You haven't any excuse to send me back now, have you, Dad?
I'll never let you out of my sight.
Gee, for a minute I thought you didn't like me.
Oh, not a chance, son. Not a chance. And now I owe these gentlemen... Well, where did they go? Why, I wanted to thank them. I don't even know who they are.
Gee, Dad, if you want to start living with me, you'll have to learn about the West. Why, they're Tonto and the Lone Ranger.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away! Ranger.
Steady, Curly, or I'll pull you off that horse.
Oh, road agents, huh?
You know who I am.
Ought to. You've been chasing me long enough. But I got away from you before.
Not this time, Curly. You've kept yourself pretty well hidden for the past year. But after today, we'll know where to find you.
Yeah, sure. Brownsburg, 10 miles down the road.
Prison, Curly. It'll be a long time before you derail another train and rob the passengers.
Hey, you're right. You know that? You're right. You know why? I'm reformed. I'm a reformed character.
I know some men reform, Curly, but not you. A woman died in that train wreck because you had no concern for the passengers' lives. You simply wanted to get your hands on the money, so you threw a log on the track.
Yeah, I did that a lot of times, didn't I?
But we can prove this one, and you're going to swing for it.
I wouldn't bet on it, fella. Where do you think I've been for the past year?
You should have been in prison.
I was. Sure, I turned myself in, served time, got pardoned. All you fellas got on me is a rope, and you can take this off.
You're lying.
Nope.
You served only a year for robbery and murder?
11 months and 4 days. Reach into my pocket. Sure. I'm a hero. I busted up the biggest jailbreak in history. Killed 2 of the ringleaders with my bare hands. Saved the warden's life. The governor patted me on the shoulder. Curly, he says, Curly, I never saw a braver man. Curly, you're free.
It's a pardon. A blanket pardon of all crimes up to the date of signing.
Well, that paper real?
It's real, Tonto. It's on executive stationery. I've seen the governor's signature before. You're a lucky man, Curly.
Sure pays to be a hero, doesn't it?
Easy, too, when you don't mind killing.
Oh, I never mind that.
There's something strange about your story, and I intend to find out about it.
Well, sure, go right ahead, but watch your step while you're doing it, or I might have to run you in.
How you do that?
Easy. You see, I'm such a hero and so reformed that I've been invited to be sheriff of Brownsburg. I'm on my way there now to get my badge pinned on.
Him crazy, Kemosabe?
This wouldn't be the first time a western town has hired a professional killer to protect it. It's a queer coincidence, Curly appearing in Brownsburg just after the spring roundup.
Everybody got money.
Yes, the bank is usually bulging with it at this time of the year. There's a stream of gold going through the express office.
Tonto think Brownsburg make bad mistake.
Curly's a thief and a killer. I think we ought to stick around until he shows his hand. You'd better go into town and get some supplies.
Hours late. What's keeping him?
Lots of things could happen.
He got the pardon, didn't he? He said he'd be here.
Yeah, there's a good deal of rough country to cover, Belle. Indians, road agents, places where a horse might break a leg.
You take it mighty easy. Maybe you don't care if he never gets here.
Now, that's foolish. This whole thing was my plan, wasn't it? Right from the prison break to the townships inviting him here.
It was the riskiest thing I ever heard of. He might have been killed instead of him killing the others.
Not likely. They trusted him.
I say it was risky. If you wanted to do him in, you couldn't have thought of a better way.
My dear wife, why should I want to cold deck Curly? We've been friends for years.
You're not Curly's friend. You wanted him to be sheriff so we could stake a claim on this county and clean it out. But if I hadn't insisted that it be Curly and nobody
Don't talk
else...
to me about Curly. I know how you feel about him.
How do you feel? I'd like to know, too.
Curly! Oh, Curly! How are you, old jailbird? How are you?
Got my badge already, all signed up?
Curly? This is going to be the slickest job ever pulled. Was it bad being cooped up?
No. No, that was a real smart plan you had, Farnell. Real smart.
What's the idea?
Well, you wanted to be a widow, didn't you? Now's your chance.
Well, what did he do?
He double-crossed me. I was supposed to die in that prison break, and he paid good money to make sure that I would.
Oh, Curly, you're wrong. He planned it the way it happened.
No.
But he did. The prisoners that went after the warden, the men you killed, that was the plan.
They were supposed to kill me.
Oh, a polecat. Always a card up his sleeve.
Well, how do I get that badge? I'm a reformed character, you know. I can't kill anybody till I'm wearing it.
Well, go on down the street to the mayor. He's waiting for you. Whole town's waiting for you. You're a hero.
Well, keep an eye on that polecat husband of yours.
I might turn me into a widow before you do.
If he's here, the other one's sure to be close by. Belle, that masked man can upset the best plans ever made. We don't dare make a move while he's around.
Well, let's get rid of him.
Yeah, but how?
The Indian's his friend, right?
Like that.
What would happen if the Indian was charged with murder?
Murder? Whose? Say, that's a great idea. The other one comes to help the engine, we get them both.
By reason of the authority vested in me as mayor of this thriving municipality of Brownsburg, I hereby appoint you sheriff of said municipality with all the rights of that office, with full authority to maintain law, order, and the peaceful institution of banking, and may you do it better and live longer than the other fellers before you. And furthermore, when
come on.
you...
Oh, Indian, would you do me a favor?
Me like to help people.
I've locked myself out of the house. Could you climb in the back window and open the door?
Now, that seemed like easy job. Me do.
Oh, good. I live right over there. Sheriff, grab it.
Don't move, engine. Don't twitch a muscle.
Sam? Sam, where are you? Oh! Sam! Oh, my darling husband. You murdering redskin. Oh, you low murdering redskin.
That's what it looks like, all right, engine. I'm taking you in for murder. Scout.
Tonto's mate.
Lacking an official coroner due to death by persons unknown, I'm now presiding over and declaring this coroner's court of inquiry in session. Now then, Injun, you got anything to say for yourself?
Me not kill anybody. Him dead when we find him.
Mm-hmm. Then what was you doing in Miss Farnell's house?
She asked me to climb in window, open locked door.
That's a lie. A dirty Injun lie.
You said enough, Injun.
Now, Curly. Prisoner's got to get due process. Everything's got to go according to the law. And the law says I got to bind this Injun over to trial.
But me not guilty.
Up to a jury of 12 good men and true to say that. That's the only opinion that counts. Or else you might be swinging from a tree out there right now.
That's the best idea so far.
No, not here in Brownsburg, Bill. That's what we got a sheriff for. Curly, take him away and lock him up.
Me not kill this man. That not my knife. Me have Bowie knife.
Where is your knife, Injun? Guilty as a fox in a hen house.
Luke, you and Jake pick up the deported and lug him on down to the funeral parlor. Court's adjourned.
Well, Slim, looks like we're making it.
Now, that bill's in the hand. Now, every 10-star in the county is being warned by one of our boys.
Don't crow before morning. We still got to get this Redskins pal out of the way.
Yeah, and he'll be here soon if I know him. Come on, we got some planning to do.
Tonto.
Good scheme. You'll see. Rob the bank, express office, every ranch house, sheriff, and all his deputies. Be no one to chase them.
By the time a posse can be organized, they'll be 100 miles away, scattered in a dozen different directions.
I never wanted Curly. She said we needed him to head up gang. She wanted him. Always Curly. Curly.
That's enough talking. Lie still, I'll get a doctor to you.
Doctor was coroner. Killed by Slim last week. Slim, deputy, sheriff.
You're already organized. You've already got your killers behind badges.
Too late for doctor. She knows how to use knife.
Boys, meet Curly Bates.
What's this?
Drawn up ahead. Hogjaw Mullins. Couldn't tag them all, deputy, or make them sheriffs, so they're making like prisoners.
Sam Farnell's idea. He's a real brain, Curly.
Glad to meet up with you, Curly.
Sam Farnell's dead. I'm the brains around here now. Well, you look worried, boys. Talk up.
Well, now you got the engine in there. Where do we live?
You won't live there again. We're going to do the job tonight.
That's good. The town's loaded with gold.
Sam Farnell was nothing to me. Just liked his idea, that's all.
Still a good idea. Well, that engine there's got a pal that might maybe get in the way. You listening real hard, Injun?
Me here plenty.
Where's your pal?
Him close by.
How close would you say?
Him always where you think him not.
Don't I know? Only this time he's got to come here, because here's where you are. Slim, take a rifle and cover the street from the roof. Hogjaw, cover the front door from the mayor's window. And if he makes a squawk, put him away. The masquerade's about over anyhow.
We didn't reckon it was going to be so quick.
Bell and I decided it was soon enough, and what we decide you do. Cover the back. And now, gents, just in case you might be inclined to take a little siesta, let me tell you who this hombre is we're up against. He wears a mask, gents. And he rides a white stallion. And he uses silver bullets, and he's never been known to miss. I can see by the look in your eyes you don't feel so good, huh? All right, get going.
Going somewhere, Mrs. Farnell? You must be making plans for a long trip. What'll happen to your gambling house?
It'll keep.
You're not going to wait for the funeral? Why, Bill, what'll people say?
I'll be far away.
Not too far. You'll want to know what they say about your husband's killer.
You're that Indian's friend.
Where is he?
In jail. Oh, he told me to watch for you.
But you went for a gun.
Well, I wasn't sure at first. The mask. He didn't murder my husband. You've got to go down to that jail and get him out.
I know he didn't murder your husband.
I tried to tell them that. I begged them to let him go. But they had to lock up somebody. He'll never come to trial. If you don't go down to that jail and get him out, there'll be a lynching in this town.
You make getting him out of jail seem like no trouble at all.
Well, there's an old sheriff with whiskers down to here. That's why it'll be so easy for a mob to get your friend. Now, will you go down there and spring him? Oh, I just can't stand to see a man die for something he didn't do.
It's mighty soft-hearted of you, Bill. That's a fine thing in a lady.
Oh, get going.
And you're mighty anxious to have me rush down to that jail. I didn't notice that Curly had whiskers this morning when I saw him. I had a talk with your husband.
You never did.
Only 10 minutes ago.
You're lying. He's dead.
Not when they carried him out of here. He told me who stabbed him. He told me how handy you were at that. I should have been more on my guard.
You're lying. You're lying. He's dead.
That's what you thought before. But, Bill, imagine the plans he has for you if he's alive. He also told me it was you that wanted Curly here. That you insisted. Does that prove I had a talk with him?
Curly.
What's up?
He's here.
Where?
He came to my house. He's looking for that one.
What are you doing here? There's going to be shooting.
Curly, he told me Sam's alive.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, he proved it. He told me something only Sam would know.
Well, so he's alive. What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Well, look, the setup's just the same as if he was dead. We take care of this gunslinger with the mask, and then we get on with the job.
What about me? You know Sam. I'd never let up till he caught up with me.
You should have thought of that before you stuck that knife in his ribs. Why didn't you make sure? Well, there's no use you staying here and getting plugged. If you want to make yourself useful, go on over to the mayor's house and tell Hogjaw what you just told me.
No. Not till you go to the undertaker's and take a look at Sam.
Now, look, Bill, let's not argue. I never hit a woman before in my life, but to help me, you're driving...
Gotta go down there. You've got to find out if he's alive.
And do what?
And finish the job.
Now, why can't you do it? You were good enough to start it.
I can't.
Hey, Curly, send up something to cut the dust. I'm frying up here.
Keep your eye peeled, Slim. He's in town. Now will you do as I tell you?
You played me for a fool.
Just as you'd have played me sooner or later. The only difference is, after we clean up around here, I won't hold out your share. Now, skedaddle out of here. You're in the way. Go on, get over to Hogjaw.
Hiya, Miss Bell. What's doing?
Nothing. I just came over to keep you company.
Keep me company. Say, that's a nice thing to do, Miss Bell. That's a real nice thing.
Where's the mayor?
You want to see? You want to see where he is?
You sure look silly.
Bill, he wants to kill me.
That's a first-rate idea.
Bill, he...
Hogjaw, suppose I told you Curly was planning on double-crossing us.
Oh, I wouldn't like that nohow.
He double-crossed my husband, didn't he? Killed him. Why not us?
Oh, well, Miss Bell, I wish you wouldn't talk like that. Curly's a real smart man. I like him.
Well, I like you. And I came here to warn you. Curly's planning a lot of wild shooting when they raid the ranch houses. Shooting in the back. And that's no way for a decent man to die. A bullet in the back.
He killed Sam Farnell, but I thought you'd done it.
Did he tell you that?
Sure, you'd done it while he was down getting his badge for sheriff.
Sure, that's the story he told you. There. Do you see how he lies?
Well, if you say so, Miss Bell. I don't care none about Sam Farnell, but sure like you.
Good. Then get back in the window with your rifle and cover the jail door. I'll get Curly out into the street. When you get a bead on him, you know what to do.
Sure. Won't be the first, Sheriff.
You're all right, Hogjaw.
How about Slim and Tonopah?
I've had a talk with them.
But it's me you like.
But sure, Hogjaw, that's common sense.
You hear that? Miss Bell, she likes me.
You're a passel of crooks and murderers, and you'll hang, every one of you.
Oh, no, I tell you, Miss Bell likes me, and you talk about hanging. I ought to finish you.
Drop that rifle. Still one to go.
You were busting up my office, you two dang local bandits.
Mayor, get some rope and tie him up. Then get some of your honest citizens to step in and help you. There isn't a peace officer in this county who isn't an outlaw in disguise. They've got to be rounded up.
Well, you don't look so honest yourself.
This mask is on the side of law and order. I'll take care of him.
Curly, you're rushing things. Sam wouldn't have done it that way.
What makes a woman talk so much? Now everything's Sam Farnell. You didn't think he was so good when you stuck a knife in his ribs.
He isn't dead yet.
Deader than a mackerel.
Your saying so doesn't prove anything. Go down to the undertaker's and take a look.
Why don't you quit that?
Not as long as I think you're afraid.
Afraid of what, a dead man? I got a live one on my hands. A live one wearing a mask and 2 guns, and he's in this town right now. Unless you lied about that.
Oh, he's here all right. And that's how I know about Sam. Or maybe it isn't Sam you're afraid of, staying in here undercover, afraid to go into the street. Maybe it's the Indians, friend.
I shake over nothing that walks or crawls. Keep an eye on that redskin.
You're going to take a look at Sam?
Yeah, I'm going. Slim, keep me covered. I'm going out.
Curly, no.
What now?
Well, Hogjaw, he...
This thing isn't over, Mayor. It won't be over until every outlaw masquerading as a peace officer is in jail and an honest man wearing his badge.
Oh, why do you listen to him? You know me. I've always dealt you a square deal. Why don't you listen to me now? He's a crook. If he wasn't a crook, why would he be wearing that mask?
Sounds good, Belle, but I heard too much when I was locked up in that desk.
Then you heard me try to trap Curly. You heard me tell Hogjaw...
That's all I wanted to know.
Oh, get me out of here. He'll kill me. He'll kill me.
No, he ain't gonna kill you, Belle. It'll be the law that'll do that.
The law has a double score to settle with you, Curly. You're going back to pay for that old crime and this new one, too.
Well, Curly, looks like you're gonna be an old man before you get out this time. Thanks to these 2 fellers. Hey, where'd they go?
If it wasn't for that man, we'd have pulled the neatest job in the history of the West. I can tell you a lot about that mask. That was the Lone Ranger.
Hail, Silver! Away!
Hello, Clay.
Oh, come on, let's have it. Warden, what'd the governor say?
He turned down your appeal, Clay. There'll be no stay of execution.
So you're going to hang me Monday morning at 6 o'clock, huh?
That was the sentence, and that's what we'll carry out.
We'll get one thing straight, Warden. There ain't nobody going to hang Clay Durfee. Boy, I'll be out of here before you even buy the rope.
Why don't you make peace with yourself? You've been convicted of every crime from murder on down. And there's been no new evidence to contradict the facts.
That's right. Because they're all true, that's why. But you forget one thing, Warden. I'm not the only one that was guilty. I'm just the only one that was caught. And I still got friends on the outside.
If you mean your brother Stark, I wouldn't count on him. There are men out looking for him and his gang right now. And sooner or later, they'll be caught.
Yeah, but don't you count on it, Warden. The law ain't big enough to catch up with the Durfee brothers and their gang.
The law is always big enough, Clay.
Yeah, you'll see. My brother will get me out of this somehow. I know he will. Why, he's working on it right now.
How long ago did this paper reach town?
A couple hours ago. I grabbed a copy of it as soon as I saw it.
That's rough, Stark. Looks like old Clay's gonna hang on schedule.
Shut up! You think I'm gonna let my brother die?
What can you do? The governor's turned down his appeal.
The governor? Who does he think he is anyway? No Durfee is gonna hang by his neck. We're getting Clay out of there.
We got a good big gang, Stark, but it ain't big enough to break down the walls at the state prison.
You think I don't know that? I've been figuring it out ever since Clay was sentenced. We still got 3 days before the hanging. That's all we need.
I don't get you, Stark. How are we gonna bust Clay out of that prison?
We're not gonna do it. We're gonna let the governor do it for us.
The governor? Have you gone loco?
Don't you two hoodlums ever read the Bible? Didn't you ever hear of an eye for an eye?
Talk sense, will you, Stark?
If Clay dies, the governor's gonna lose a member of his family. And I don't think he'll want that to happen.
If you're talking about the governor's daughter, you can forget it. She's not even here now. I read where she and her aunt was up north visiting relatives.
You didn't read far enough, Blue. She's due back in town on the next stage. That give you any ideas?
Does it? Me and Blue can stop that coach long before it reaches town.
Well, don't stand there talking about it. Do it. And remember, I want those 2 females alive. I'm counting on them to give me mighty fine bargaining power with the governor.
Look! Must be some of Stark Durfee's men. Come on.
Land's sakes, Ruth. If I'd any idea we'd be waylaid by outlaws and bounced black and blue, I'd never have taken you north to visit Brother Dave. Slow up! Slow up, I say!
I'm afraid he can't hear you, Aunt Addie. And even if he could, I wouldn't want him to slow up. Those outlaws are gaining on us.
Well, they can't hold us up. Don't they know who we are?
I'm afraid it wouldn't make much difference to them that we're the governor's relatives.
Outrageous, that's what it is. If this is the best protection your father can give us, I'm going to vote for a new governor.
I'm afraid you can't hold Dad responsible for every bandit that chooses to rob us.
Driver, slow up, I say. Oh, I don't care if those bandits shoot us. I want to get out. Good gracious, Ruth, he's gone.
What do you mean he's gone?
I tell you, there's no one up there. The coward running away like that.
He must have been shot. Oh, Auntie, what'll we do?
Are you ladies all right?
I think so.
Kimasabi, driver dead.
Oh, my, the poor man. Young man, you can rob me of every penny I've got, and I won't mind a bit. I'm too grateful to you for stopping that infernal vehicle.
We have no intentions of robbing you two ladies. We are after those two outlaws.
That's strange talk from a man wearing a mask. Are you trying to tell us that you're not an outlaw?
I'm as much against them as you are, miss. My mask is a symbol of that.
I see. Aunt Addie, if the driver's dead, then how will we get home? Oh, Father will be so worried if we don't arrive on time.
Worried is hardly the word for it. He'll probably send for the militia.
Could you possibly drive us to the state capitol? My father's the governor. He'll make it worth your while.
The governor? I know that explains a lot.
You think that reason why outlaws chase stagecoach?
What mumbo-jumbo are you two talking?
I guess you haven't heard the latest news, ma'am. The governor just refused a stay of execution to Clay Durfee.
What's that got to do with us?
You not hear of Durfee brothers? When Clay captured, Stark swore to set him free.
And now that Clay's time is running out, Stark will stop at nothing to save him. Even if it means taking the governor's daughter as hostage.
He wouldn't dare.
I'm afraid he would, ma'am. Tonto and I have been on their trail for quite a while. They'd dare anything.
We captured Durfee rider in town today. Him have message for governor. It say an eye for an eye. If Clay die, your daughter die too.
That shows how sure they were of capturing you.
That means they'll probably try again.
Yes, you can count on it, miss. Those two outlaws won't waste any time reporting to Stark that their plan has failed. They'll be quick to think up another.
Then get us to the state capitol while we're still in one piece.
In this coach, ma'am? Why, every member of Durfee's gang will be watching out for it.
Then what do we do?
Tonto, doesn't that old Mexican friend of ours, Jose Miranga, live somewhere near here?
That's right. Him have cabin not far off road.
Young man.
Don't be alarmed, Miss Standish. I only want to borrow some clothes for you.
Clothes? And what's wrong with the ones we're wearing?
Nothing, ma'am. Except they're the kind that Stark would expect the governor's relatives to wear.
Aunt Addie, don't argue. We've got to do as they say.
Very well. How do we get there? Walk?
That would be rather slow, ma'am, and we don't have saddles for the coach horses.
Then what do we do?
Haven't you ladies ever ridden two on a horse?
Just a minute, young man.
You not worry. Nothing get hurt but your dignity.
Then we better get there in a hurry. There's no time to waste.
A child could have done better than you two blundering idiots.
Well, that masked man and engine was far and too close for comfort.
Besides, we didn't know if there wasn't others riding with him.
So you turned and ran. When I give orders to pick up two helpless women, I expect you to do it against a whole army of masked men and Indians.
Yeah, well, maybe if you'd been riding with us, you'd feel different about things, Stark. That masked man's been on our trail before. And from what I've heard about him, I'm not any too anxious to meet up with him.
I'm scared to death. From now on, I am riding with you. My brother's life depends on my getting a hold of those two women. We're not coming back without them.
Too late, Stark. We shot the driver, and the stagecoach was headed for Kingdom Come.
Yeah, well, the governor don't know that. All I need is the body of either one of those women. And he'll listen to reason. Come on. This coach was headed for Kingdom Come, huh?
The masked man and engine must have stopped it.
Did you figure that out all by yourself, Blue? Now suppose you tell us where they're gone.
Well, they couldn't have got far, Stark. They didn't stop to unhitch the nags. That means they were off towing a horse.
Should we round up the gang and go after them?
You know the gang's busy. Well, if they're riding double, they can't be traveling fast.
Yeah, but which direction?
Toward the state capitol, of course. That's the only place they can feel safe, and they know it.
The disguise is wonderful, senor. You look like my Jose Miranga and his family that I do myself.
I hope we don't get you into any trouble by doing this, Jose.
It's a pleasure to risk the trouble for the men who won't help me out of trouble.
If you ask me, this whole thing is utter nonsense. I feel like a perfect scarecrow.
What's worse, Aunt Addie, you look like one.
For your protection, Miss Standish. Stark and his men will be watching for two well-dressed ladies traveling in style.
Them not likely to suspect poor Mexicans on way to state capitol.
I only hope you're right, Tonto. You'll take good care of Silver and Scott, won't you, Jose?
Don't worry, my friend. I will let them by the back trails to town, and I'll meet you there.
Then we'll be on our way. Don't forget, Miss Standish, if we meet anyone, let me do the talking. The less English the rest of you know, the better.
You needn't worry about me, young man. I never talk to strangers on public roads.
Up you go.
Cheer up, Aunt Addie. I think it's all rather exciting. Who'd ever thought we'd have an adventure like this?
Thanks again, Jose.
Vayan con Dios. Good luck to you. And may the road be smooth for you.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.
Get up. Get up.
Smooth indeed.
Stopping here for, Stark. That wagon's not what we're after.
How do you know until we get a closer look?
Can't you see there's nothing but a bunch of Mexicans in it?
Yeah, but they got eyes, ain't they? Like they've seen the two females we're after. Hold it, you.
Si, senor. What is it you want with me?
I just want to look over the cargo you're carrying.
Si.
Say, who are you anyway?
You have not heard of Jose Morango and his family? His son Carlos, his daughter Maria, and his beautiful wife Dolores.
His beautiful wife, huh? She looks like a cross between a prune and a fig to me.
Don't make me the insult, senor. The wife of Jose Morango is not to be called names.
Shut up, you.
Si.
Your family, huh? How long you been on the road?
Oh, we've been on the road all day, senor.
I'm asking him. What's the matter with you? Can't you talk?
Si, senor. Me talk.
Me talk. So one of these Mexicans wouldn't learn our language. Is that all you can say, old woman, is me talk?
Lárguense, perros mestizos bajos. Y dejen paz a la gente irrespetable. Si yo fuera hombre, les rompería todos los dientes. Fuera, cobardes, villanos, alcahuetes.
I don't know what she said, Stark, but she sure told you off.
How about it, Stark? You satisfied they ain't hiding the governor's daughter under them blankets?
Have you seen any travelers go through here in the last couple of hours?
Travelers? No comprende.
A couple of well-dressed women with a masked man and an Indian, maybe.
Wayne and masked man Indian? Oh, say, only see the people in this wagon.
Come on, Stark. He can't tell us anything.
All right, go ahead. But forget you ran into us. Understand?
Si, senor. Jose understand. Jose do what you say.
I didn't know you could speak Spanish, Aunt Addie.
When I get riled enough, I can do almost anything.
I'm glad you can, Miss Standish. You were the most convincing actor of all of us. We'll be on our way. Hey!
Didn't you boys tell me that masked man and Indian was riding a white stallion in Pinto?
Well, what do you know? That's their horses, all right.
How do you figure that? Why would that Mexican be taking them to the back way into town?
Another Mexican. All of a sudden, the woods are full of them. You know, boys, I think we've just been played for fools.
What do you mean, Stark?
Come on, I'll show you. Hello there. Say, aren't you my old friend Jose Moringa?
Si, senor, that is me. My memory must be bad. We have met somewhere before?
Si, about an hour ago. You forget so soon? Take him, boys.
Oh, no, ¿por qué?
Aunt Addie, what do we do?
We take the enemy by surprise.
What do we do with them, Stark? They've been begging for trouble. Now they're going to get it. I'll give them a taste of this.
Get up there!
Look! Get away!
After them, quick!
How do you feel, Tonto?
Right clock ticking in head. Where wagon?
From the looks of those tracks, it must have rolled away in a hurry.
That plenty bad. Them have ladies far off by now.
There's no way we can follow them.
Seems strange how them outsmart us. We thought we had them fooled for sure.
We did fool them, Tonto. Something else must have gone wrong. It sounds like Silver. Come on. So this is how they found out. We know where Stark's hideout is. They must have taken the ladies there.
Oh, gracias.
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. A couple of females in a wagon trying to outrun our horses.
Well, they almost did.
You caught up with us, young man, but sooner or later the law will catch up with you.
Yeah, you think so? Well, I ain't gonna hold my breath till they do.
Here. Sign this.
What does it say, Ruth?
It's to Dad. It says we're being held as hostages, and we won't be released until Clay Durfee is pardoned and shows up at this hideout. I won't sign this.
No? Take old Sourpuss in the back room there. Let her feel the whip. Maybe that'll make Miss Standish feel more like signing.
Come on.
Oh, wait. You win.
Good. Now, so your father will know this isn't forged, I'll take that ring you're wearing. Hey, Blue. Get this into town as fast as you can. But don't come back without Clay.
But supposing I don't get in to see the governor?
Are you loco? This ring will get you in anywheres. Well, make yourself comfortable, ladies. We shouldn't have to wait too long.
My father will do a lot to save us, Mr. Durfee, but I wouldn't count on his releasing your brother. He doesn't make deals with outlaws.
He will this time. Hey, Doug, get some grub ready. I'll take over here for a while.
Better keep an eye on them females, Stark. They can be mighty tricky when they want to be.
You trying to tell me how to handle a couple of helpless females?
Don't make noise. Go.
Tie and gag him, Tonto. I'll go on ahead.
And you die.
Thanks, Tonto. 2 down and 1 to go. Take care of him, too.
Hey, Tug, hurry it up. I'm getting hungry. I hope you ladies haven't lost your appetite.
It takes more than a blustering bully to spoil my appetite.
Hold your talk, ma'am, or I'll put another hole in your head beside your mouth. My pistol is aimed right at Miss Standish's heart. I'm not afraid to shoot. You with the mask on, come in. Drop those guns. If your gun goes off, so will mine. I'll give you exactly 3 seconds to get in here. Or I'll fire anyway. Now drop those guns. Or do I have to shoot Miss Standish to prove that I mean business? Now stand right where you are. You don't know when you're well off, do you, mister? I almost killed you once today. You come right back for more. Well, I'm not going to disappoint you.
Please, Mr. Durfee, no more shooting. I feel so faint. Aunt Addie!
So it takes more than a blustering bully to scare her, huh? Stupid old crow. She's lucky she passed out. She won't have to watch me put a bullet in you. And it's exactly what I aim to do unless you tell me where your Injun pal is.
You'd kill me as soon as I did, Stark.
You're right. I would. Let's not waste each other's time.
3 down, Kimosabe?
Yes, Tonto. 3 down. You needn't worry anymore, ladies. Jose will see that you get safely into town.
Si, señorita. You bet you my life I will.
Are you sure you can't ride in with us?
I'm afraid not, Miss Ruth. Tonto and I are going to help round up the rest of the Durfee gang.
You tell Governor him not worry. All Durfee gang be behind bars soon.
Young man, anytime you need help again to capture an outlaw, just call on me.
I'll remember. Adios.
Adios.
And, Daddy, what a wonderful adventure. I'll bet Dad'll never believe us.
He'll have to believe us when he sees our prisoners.
Lady, there's only one thing I want to know. Who is that hombre with the mask?
Reckon you'll never forget him, mister. He's the Lone Ranger.
Hail,